Out there is a free character we get just by going through Duet Night Abyss's story, and with Immersive Theatre giving tons of buffs to anima units, why not just use him to beat the endgame mode easily and get all the psyche letters you want? Let me show you a full showcase of our fellow Charon together with the protagonist and Truffle against Immersive Theatre Immortal Act 5. What we do. I'd say I like this stage a little bit more. I think I have better ways to deal with the enemies. Like there's more group, kind of. They're waiting for me to pound them. First ones are easy because prime others are not there. Once they are, you get reduced damage to the enemies. Kind of bad. I have a lot of skill duration, so my ultimate uptime is really good. I advise you do the same. You can do like 40 seconds of uptime is enough. Because your sanity will be full anyway, so you can just recast when your uptime is over. And plus, the whole area is 1 minute and 20 seconds, I think. Yeah, I kinda like that attack. Don't mind if I do. This to the middle, if they let us. This way you get to also use the combo level, which is always S. Immersive Theatre. Oh, this is not good. Stay inside of that path. They do the buff. Still without ones. Barely got that one. I thought the field didn't help a lot, to be honest. Like here, we can also get the buff of the dragon. So, for some reason faded away a bit. I honestly have some skill duration on him. I'm not kidding. This is a way better stage than before. Yeah. Because we had all the enemies grouped at a specific point. Kind of dislike this boss, I'm gonna lie. Hit that in the face. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta dodge that. I still lose HP. Oh shit. Come on, break that leg. Fine. Yeah, that's kind of bad for us. We're losing time here for the dealing damage. I thought you were immune to hit stun though. How did I got stunned? Like, what? It's wasting too much time. Yeah. But I like having increased those attempts. A little bit better, like. It's really squeezy if everything folds out. When you take the legs, it's just too squeezy. That's the gist of it. That's the moment of your time. If you liked this video so far, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you can get more of those videos onto your home feed. Now, let me give you a few tips when it comes to his combat. First things first, Outsider is very similar to Psyche, as he relies on getting low HP to deal more damage, so increasing his resolve is key. Now, to lower his HP in combat, you either have to use his ultimate or actually get bit to a pulp, so at all times you will get to use his ultimate to do that. The idea is that you want to have as many fang spikes out and as you can, and then use his ultimate, which retracts those and reduces his HP. The more he retracts, the better it is for you. And I'll give you one more reason why later. Therefore, try to have at least 9 or at best 10 fangs out and then use his ultimate for maximum resolve boost. To throw those fangs out, you have 3 options. Throw 2 out when you use his skill, hit the enemy and randomly summon 1, and again, getting hit. What's up with this magicist, really? While the fastest way to get to 10 fangs before using his ultimate is by performing 5 skills, given that Outsider generally has low sanity as a character, depending on the build you have him on though, you actually want to balance things out. I usually do either 3 skills and a few hits, or a few skills and maybe a couple of hits just in case, especially in Immersive Theatre, and you will inevitably get hit, so as not to consume much sanity. When you get into his weapon damage, things will start to pop off. While the duration of the state is fixed, depending on the fangs you retract, you can also extend it. So that's one more reason you want to have 10 fangs out. Not only that, but the duration extension scales with skill duration, so that's a very useful stat you want to have for him to stay as much in his enhanced state as possible. When it comes to character building, he's rather straightforward. On the melee weapon, you can run him with Elpides Abound. Elpides coming from the Greek word Elpides, like hope. Psyche's signature weapon, or, Exiled Punk's his own signature weapon. I will release a detailed video comparing both options and which one to use on which scenarios, so stay tuned for that. On Rage's weapon, you can either run Rend Husk or Excrez Duo, depending on whether you want increased weapon damage or skill damage, but I usually go for weapon damage, so I run him with Rend Husk. In Demon Wedges, I use the following setup to beat Immersive Theatre. 1 Prime Handdown for increased weapon damage, 1 Midnight Sun for some good buffs to damage in general, Turbulent Cyclone, which will translate to more uptime in his enhanced state, 1 Blaze, just static attack boost, I guess, 1 Wings Eternity for, again, increased uptime to his enhanced state, and 3 Blazes Resolve, which increase both his attack and his resolve, which, as we have established, is where he gets his most damage boost because he is lowering his HP so much during combat. A few changes I would make is to replace Prime Handdown with Prime Resolve, as this would increase your resolve even further without sacrificing anything, because Handdown sacrifices skill damage to have this increase when attacking with a weapon. And if you want to increase your other damage sources like skill damage, I would replace some or all, or maybe even 1, Blaze Resolve with some Blaze Volitions, so you can increase both your attack and skill damage. But I will again test things out here and see which setup is kind of better for Outsider in terms of pure damage, so stay tuned for that, or at least stay tuned if I consider this not worthy to be released, because otherwise this is gonna be the build. Now, when it comes to the protagonist and Truffle, for the protagonist, let me find the protagonist. Yeah, I used a raised weapon actually, which is called Osteo Breaker, which is this one. It's an assault rifle, which the protagonist is also comparable with, very nice, has an affinity with it. And also this weapon has an increased skill duration, which helps us increase, as the name says it, his skill duration, especially for his ultimate, since I base his damage on weapon skill damage, and to be fair, this makes sense as well, because in his ultimate he gets increased attack speed and he gets to fire a lot of melee attacks very easily. Plus, for Truffle, not Duffy, Truffle, I run the Rage's weapon, this one, Arclight Apocalypses, which is a bow. Again, Truffle has a high affinity with bows, so she has also increased attack with it, but this doesn't matter much because this weapon has increased skill duration for Truffle, which is again good, as it can increase the duration of her buff this way when she throws Filbert to the enemies. And then when you land the crit with this weapon, you get one of these buffs at random, which are all good buffs, except defense, but yeah, all the rest are good buffs for Outsider, like attack, skill duration, every one of these is good, so this further amplifies Outsider's damage.